Hey there gang, Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here to teach you all about power chords. If you don't know how to play a power chord, if you don't know what the heck a power chord is, I'm going to show you. And in fact, I'm going to show you three versions of them today, okay? So what is a power chord first off? Well, oftentimes a power chord is not a chord at all. In fact, it's called a double stop or a fifth. Okay, an interval. And so let me clear up a little mystery here, and we're going to talk about how to form these and what have you. But technically, a chord is 3 or more notes played at a time. So what I was doing was playing 2 notes just now. Kind of sounds like a chord, but it's technically not a chord at all. So what I'm playing here is an interval. Choopy is here to let us know that that was not exactly a chord. That was an interval, okay? Choopy says an interval or a chord has to be 3 or more notes at a time, not 2 notes, okay? So, but with that being said, we can make this an actual chord by playing an octave. So let's talk about this for a second. These chords, we're gonna just say they're chords whether they are or not right now. Now that you know the truth, okay? But let's just call them chords right now because they're called this whether they are or not. And let's talk about how to form them and why they're called a fifth. Okay, so to play a power chord, technically what we're doing is we're taking out the third of the chord. Okay, if you don't know what that means, technically it's the one note that makes the chord major or minor. Okay, so for instance, I could play a power chord. And that one actually is a chord because I'm playing 3 notes. But you don't know whether that's major or minor because I'm not playing the one note that determines whether it's major. So listen. That's my power chord. Here's a major chord. Major. Here's a power chord. And here is a minor chord. Okay, so that last note of both of those chords is the one note that determines whether the chord is major or minor. So power chords are very friendly for rock music because when you hear that high note in there, oftentimes that voicing or that one string tends to be a little bit too much information from the guitar in regards to the singer and the keyboard player and the bass player and what have you. So over the years, this power chord bit has become a very popular thing with rock guitar players, punk, even country, okay? Heavy metal for sure. It's because those very overdriven guitars, they don't want a lot of notes. It just sounds very muddy and cluttered. So, hence the power chord came about. Also, super easy to do because you can jump in right away, use that same form and move it all over the neck, okay? So how do we do this? Well, any note that you choose, the first note that you choose, this can be on 6th, it's most often done on the 6th and 5th string, can also be done on the 4th, can be done on any string really, as long as you follow the main note, the tonic, with a 5. Okay, and how do we find that 5? Well, first we need to know the major scale. If you don't know about the major scale, here on YouTube, type in YourGuitarSage major, and I'll teach you all about the major scale, okay? But let's say we know it. And I'm going to show you another way that we can do this without knowing it. But if we know the scale, we can go up 5 notes. So let's say I want to play a G power chord. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that 5th note is the note that I'm going to include with my first note in order to make this a power chord. 1, I'm going to use that note, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 2 notes together is our power chord. Now, we can also hit the octave to make it a true chord, because remember what we said, a chord is 3 or more notes. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 1 again, okay, because we're back up to the top of the scale. So now we have 1, 5, 1. Okay, now we can take this form and move it up and down the neck. Okay, we can also take that same form, pop it down a string. So now this is starting with our, on the C, our 5th string root, and I can play. Or if I don't want to play this note here, then we just have a 5th, it's an interval, but people still call it a power chord. Okay, now I'm doing some other muting techniques here with my left hand in order to, so that I can strike all 6 strings and still only get the 3 notes that I want, or the 2 notes. Okay, and that's because I'm doing some muting here. That is something that you'll have to get used to if you're using power chords, typically with either left or right hand muting. I have videos for both of those here on YouTube, so type in YourGuitarSage muting, and you'll get both of those videos, okay? Really handy videos for learning how to do this, okay? Okay, so what else about this? So we learned that we can do it with 2 notes. We learned that we can do it with 4 notes, and we can go from the 6th string to the to the 5th string. So we have several different versions there. We could also go down to the 4th string root, and we could play a small power chord like this. Now if we add the 3rd note, our pinky would not go here because the B string is actually tuned down a half step. That's just the way it is, has from the beginning of time. And so in order to do that, we need to bring our pinky up a half step to play the same power chord that we did here, where our pinky and our 3rd finger are on the same fret. Here, the pinky has to be extended yet another fret, okay? These are small patterns that you'll start learning on the guitar, and they're very helpful for doing all sorts of great things, okay? All right, that's pretty much power chords in a nutshell, so hopefully that helped you out. If it did, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. I have, to date, somewhere around 500 videos here on YouTube and a slew of other free things for you to learn guitar. That's what I do. I love teaching folks how to play guitar, so let me help you. Please, if you have questions about this video or any other video, please hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Those links are below. And make sure you hit the other links for all sorts of free knowledge. Get the free ebook at YourGuitarSage.com. There's just tons of stuff. Hit the links below. Please spay and neuter your kitties and dogs. I'm Eric Andreas. Don't trust the man. See ya.